Hello everyone! After completing every quest during the Mabinogi and Frieren crossover event, you unlock the Epilogue. This quest updates every real-life day, where you can find the group around the world. So let's get started with this recap. On day 1 we meet Stark near Fergus. He's intently watching how the blacksmith is at work and does not notice us at all until you scare him with a loud noise. After this, Stark asks us if we know anything about Fergus, as he finds him a rather unusual fellow. But you remain silent. Stark would like to ask him something, but because he seems busy, he decides to come back later, and just walks away without saying goodbye. And on day 2, you meet the couple near the pond in Deir Corneal, as they enjoy the scenery of the town. You tell them that other cities are as beautiful as this one as well, and they seem to be very intrigued and want to visit them with Frieren. Day 3, you find the gang hanging around the local town graveyard for some reason. They do not seem to notice you, and after hearing Stark complain about how terrifying this place is, you decide to scare them. It worked, but they also immediately seem to walk off. And at this point you may have noticed that this quest really lacks substance. I'm not really sure why this was included. I think seeing what they're up to after the quest is over is fine and could be very fun. But so far the interactions feel empty and end way too fast, to the point where making a cheese sandwich would take longer than these conversations. However, it gets better in the second half. On day 4 you find them in the port town looking over the water at a large ship. You tell them that these vessels sail towards different continents, and the group decide to head there next. And so they will, as on day 5 you find them in Core Village across the ocean. Near the trading post they find an animal named Keto, and get an explanation about her by Goronu, who seems to understand the animal, which interests the group a lot. After hearing that Keto is complaining about how loud it is, they decide to say goodbye and leave. Then on the final day you meet them back in Terra, where you first met Frieren. They are ready to go home and say their final goodbyes as they head back to their own world. And this is the final quest during the Mabinogi and Frieren crossover event. As stated before, I think this epilogue got a lot better towards the end, as day 4 felt more like a setup for day 5, and the last one was a goodbye. I do wish that 4 and 6 were a little longer, but what can you do? And with that, we covered everything that you were able to do during this event. If you want to see any of the other quests, or what specific items you can obtain, be sure to check out the playlist. I hope you all enjoyed, and I see you all next time.